welcome back everyone, welcome back to another week, another edition here of the KungFu Cup, of the KFC KungFu Cup number 10 StarCraft Evolution Edition. I'm Coach VIP. With me I'm joined by these amazing players, the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit different. Just to reiterate, as I feel like I have to every single time, whenever we host an event like this is not StarCraft 2, or it is in a sense, but it is StarCraft Evolution. This is a blending, a melding of the two, of Brood War and SE2 as they face off against each other in our 1v1 tournament format. Let's go. It's KFC time. It's KFC time as we have our initial series here, TvZ, Terran versus Zerg. Before I get ahead of myself, let us catch up on the rest of the bracket. Again, we have our round of 8 here, round of 8 wrapping up. Again, we don't have, this is a replay cast as well. We don't have replays of all the matches, but we have replays of one of the quarterfinal matches and the semis, and of course the grand finals as well. From the top, we have Bjorn versus Kiwian, aka TOP. Bjorn did take that series 2-0. We have our series YoungYakov versus Spirit about to commence, about to jump into that Zerg versus Terran. We have MaxPax and MilkyCow. That is the most interesting to me, because MaxPax, he does not play in StarCraft Evolution tournaments typically. Like, he's not really one that does step in. He has played in Warcraft 3 Evolution. In Warcraft 3 Evolution, MaxPax, he's played a good amount of times, but when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, MaxPax, this is his first foray, I believe, in this tournament format. Takes out MilkyCow 2-1. That's a big win. MilkyCow, he's actually looking quite strong here in this tournament format. He's looking quite strong, quite powerful in StarCraft Evolution, and Dark took down Geralt 2-0. So, oh boy, well, so I'm excited to see what MaxPax has to offer and how well versed he is in StarCraft Evolution. We'll see, as MaxPax versus Dark will be taking place later on in the evening. For now, though, we're jumping into YoungYakov versus Spirit. Oh boy, here we go, as we are jumping into game number 1, gonna be on Monty Hall. There's a lot to get into. Spirit, he's been a little bit MIA. Spirit, he has been focusing a lot more in StarCraft 2 as of late, which makes sense, especially coming into EWC. But because of that, we have been seeing less and less of him in these other tournaments in StarCraft Evolution. So great to see him here, great to see him back, and we are jumping into game number 1. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner of Monty Hall, we have our blue Zerg player. We have a blue Zerg himself. It is YoungYakov. He's just Yakov now. Smooch. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player. We have the red Terran representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. Cool. Here we go as we jump into our first game of the broadcast. First series as well. Stepping into this, of course, we have our TvZ, and welcome one and all to Monty Hall. Monty Hall is a pseudo island map. We do have gold and regular minerals just blocking you in. They're going to be locking you in from either side here, so you have to mine through these minerals to gain access to either lane. So that is why this is a pseudo island map. We do see YoungYakov expanding here through the center of the map, and so does Spirit. Okay, so they both do mine through the center. I was giving reference to Spirit earlier, how he's a really strong player, but he hasn't really been active in StarCraft Evolution as of late. Again, I would say that Spirit is maybe top 2 Terran in StarCraft Evolution, second only to Bjorn. Spirit has been very strong, very potent, but as I mentioned before, I haven't seen too much of him in StarCraft Evolution over the past couple of months. I know we have just not seen him too often, so it's great to see him here, great to see him back, and we'll see how he compares. CC first out of Spirit, going for a more delayed Rex. Again, it's going to be StarCraft 2 Terran versus the Brood War Zerg player. Hatch gas pool, YoungYakov, you will open up the southern lane and expand here towards the south side as well. Okay, so we do have our initial openers here. Yakov expanding in the center lane and towards the left-hand side. When it comes to the lanes, they are kind of blocked into each other. So when you go through the center lane, you cannot actually rotate towards the northern or southern lane without going back home. It's almost like a kind of like a MOBA kind of map-ish setup, where you can't, where actually it's like blocked off. Each lane is completely blocked off from each other. Of course, there are no air blockers, so you can go for drop play or war prisms or dropper lords, so you can hop on over from one lane to the other, use air units. I believe there are some cliff faces here where Colossus can walk over as well, but outside of that, you're locked in, which can make things awkward when it comes to rotating and responding to your opponent's aggression as well. For now, though, we're taking gases and we're staying in gas. I mean, it makes sense, especially in this matchup. We do need excess gas here for what? For a faster lair to go into mutas, or for a faster Hydra to go into Ling Hydra. I was speaking a bit about Spirit, about how he is one of the strongest Terran players in StarCraft Evolution currently, but he has been a little bit less active. YoungYakov has been rising through the ranks. I mentioned this earlier. I mentioned this in broadcast past, but for a long time, you know, the hierarchy of Zerg players were very Korean dominant in StarCraft Evolution, but in recent months, when I say recent months, I mean the past 4-ish months of the year, we have seen the CIS players embrace StarCraft Evolution quite a lot, and players like Wayne and YoungYakov have been devoting a lot more time. They've been devoting a lot more time into StarCraft Evolution. They've been enjoying it, and they've been improving quite a lot, quite a bit, to the point where now they're comparable to players like 3Point. Like 3Point was one of the more dominant forces in StarCraft Evolution. Not anymore. Now there's less of a gap between 3Point and the other Zerg players. For now, though, we're link flooding. We're link flooding. There's a Hydra. Again, Hydra tech is hatch tech here in StarCraft Evolution, so links are going to be fanning out. So they will check the third base or check the natural. There's only one Marine. Spirit has been a little bit greedy here, bearing in mind it was CC first, so delayed factory. Hellions are on the way, but so far 1, 2 SCVs and a Mule. And a Marine as well, but the Hellion will arrive. The Hellion will defend. Oh, I say that. Links, they dive in for this round. Second Hellion does pop, and with 2 Hellions, Spirit should be fine. As Spirit, he kites away, kites back, roasts up those Lings, and will clean them up. Likewise, Yakov fanning out towards the left-hand side, confirming that there is no opening here towards the left. And we have a Spirit going for the third CC before Starport. So economic build here. I mean, CC first into a third CC. Behind this going into Banshee play. But there is going to be some anti-air. And Yakov, he is cutting workers. Cutting workers at 24. He's already moving out with Lings and with Hydra reinforcements as well. Hyper aggression here from YoungYakov. Can he shut the Hellions? He can get one. He can get one Hellion. The others, they will kite back. But the first Hellion does, oh, at least should go down. There we go. Does go down. The 2 Hellions getting a little bit low. Banshees are on the way. But Yakov, he just rallies in. And again, there's no bunker. There's no high ground advantage. Lings, they rally forward. Hydras, they start to step in. And they will deny mining. Actually going further than that. He wants to go for the kill. He's going for the kill. Going for Cloak, actually. Not quite. Up. Cloak is getting low. The boys are being pulled. And more. Jeez. Oh, he pulled all the boys. And we should be able to defend. The Hydras are getting very low. We're down to 4 Hydras. I say that, back up to 6. Killing and targeting down the Mule. Focusing down more SCVs. Does rotate around. Lings, they do well buffering. That's going to be 13 SCV kills. This is critical damage. Now, Cloak will complete, and there is going to be a Banshee counterattack. But remember, Overlords are detectors. Overlords, they will detect. You do not need spores, just anti-air. And this is getting out of hand. And again, Spirit was just so greedy here when it came to the later factory, when it came to the lack of any SimCity even. There goes Cloak. And Cloak Banshee will shut this down. So with that, Yakov, he has to pull away. Now, bearing in mind, Yakov, 20 SCVs. He kills 20 workers. So Yakov does take an economic lead back at home. As long as he has enough Hydras, he should be able to defend. Again, the Overlords are ready. Yakov, ooh, a bit of a misrally. Yeah, misrally out of Yakov. Has to race back. He has less to defend. But there he is, does step forward. Up. Yo, remember back when Overlords could detect? It's crazy. Those were the days. Yakov, he pulls back. Oh, of course, because these minerals don't mind, these units are stuck. Like, they're stuck in this lane. We spoke about it, the lanes that cut off from each other, and without mining through these minerals, like these units, they just could not engage. Yeah, so some wasted supply there from Yakov. And this is something you have to get used to on this map. Like, the hatcheries that you produce from do matter. This is something that we've seen Dark be really good at. Like, Dark, he's so good at specifically, like, droning up from these fringe bases and making units from specific hatcheries instead. Otherwise, things like that happen. But now, has been opened up. Ling Hydra does rotate over towards the center once again. Bunker is almost done. Now we have a tank in position, so Spirit, he's being more secure. Yakov moving in. Does deny the bunker. Getting on top of the tank. Yeah, the tank is exposed, and the tank is going to go down just in time before the bunker completes, before the wall is done. And this is getting out of hand. This is becoming too much. Overlord comes in. Banshees are going to be deflected. One Banshee goes down. Likewise gets 12 SEVs. Spirit once again does hold on. Now, what's scary about what just happened? This is good damage. 12 SCVs. It shows how all-in YoungYakov was. Look at the drone count. He's got 36 workers against the 37 SCVs of Spirit plus mules. Spirit, he's ahead. Like, Spirit, economically, he's in a better position than YoungYakov. Yes, killing all those workers was good. He's killed 34 SCVs. But again, YoungYakov is, and it has been all-in. He has been all-in. He has to kill. And if he doesn't, if this goes on any further, Spirit will snowball out of control. Spirit, he's already snowballing out of control. So this damage is not good enough. Banshees, ooh, they hit the southern base. Hydras, they can no longer gain ground. The tanks are in position. Bunker this time is done. The second tank is in position as well. Marines are amassing. And the aggression has subsided. With that, the aggression has ended. Mining is denied. Yakov contained on 2 bases. 35 drones. Yakov getting further behind. This is getting brutal. And behind this, taking up into lurkers. Lair is done. Lurker 10 is on the way. I should say lurker, morphing lurker is being researched. We're researching how to learn how to morph into lurkers. We're figuring it out. Meanwhile, Liberator moves in from behind. And Yakov is in a rough position here. Now, the problem that we have for YoungYakov is you can be aggressive, sure, and he does take down Liberator. The problem here is that there's no way for YoungYakov to kind of go in for another angle of attack. This is the only attack path, at least currently, at least until some of these other middle paths are opened up. Here, we do see the Spirit, he's expanding towards the top side. Meanwhile, YoungYakov has not opened up the top side, so he can only really attack head-on through the center. And because of that, Spirit, he can just focus all of his attention here. The tanks, the bunkers, the depots, the wall, like all the attention just has to be centralized here, and Yakov cannot break this. Lurkers are pushing forward. Behind this, Queen's Nest is on the way. We're taking up towards Hive, towards Queen's, towards maybe even the Defiler Den. Or Defiler's Nest? Den? Mound, that's it. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Which one is it? It's the Mound. The Mound. Vengeful Sacks, I do appreciate it. So we are working towards Dropper Lords. Vengeful Sacks on the way. The Overlords are about to learn how to store units. Let's go. So we do see Spirit, he's just walling up. He's just walling up. Sensor towers being thrown down in the center, towards the top side as well. Fanning out. Do fan out. Takes down the Overlord. Does supply block. Again, keeping YoungYakov on the back foot. All the Dropper Lords have now morphed into all the Overlords have now morphed into Dropper Lords. At least that's in the process of happening. And Yakov once again cutting workers. He does not expand yet. He's getting ready here for a 4th. But he's massing up Morling Hydra. Once again, Dropper Lords are being deflected. They're being forced back. More lurkers morphing in. Here comes the Hive. And I believe this should be for Defilers. To help support the army. Building up. Now, we could try to drop into the main. Like, there is an opening here. There's an opening into the main base. Right now, there's no sensor tower towards the left-hand side. I'm curious if Yakov goes for it. I mean, the opening, it feels quite obvious, but there's no turrets. Like, there's no turrets here. There's no setup. And here we go. He's going for it. Yeah, he's headed towards the main. This is going to be a kill shot. Yakov is all in. Like, he's down in workers, down in economy. Down in all other aspects. He has to end the game here and now. And we're dropping each other. As Yakov drops the main, we do see Spirit also dropping the southern base as well. Meanwhile, Spirit's main army is going to be out on the map. Now taking a fourth, securing his natural. And here comes that Doom Drop. Things are about to get chaotic. We'll see Spirit does counterattack or he just responds to this. There we go, jumping into the production. The Lunkers, they will burrow in the heart of the production as well. Yeah, the main base is going to be forfeit. Upgrades are exposed, so going to be denying 2-2. At the same time, Yakov moving in, but there are tanks left behind. And Spirit, he responds with his bio army. Not going to be easy. Oof, tanks just going off. Yakov bleeding out some supply. Ooh, there's the scan. Takes down 1. 2, 3, 4. All the lurkers are falling. Yeah, not enough lurkers here. Not enough support. And with that Spirit, he shuts this down. He will shut this down. He will clean this up. There's what, 2 lurkers left. That's not good enough. Or is it? Up. Up. Oh my god. There we go. There's the scan. Here comes the snipes. At the same time, Yakov, it looks like he will break the forward expansion. Okay. Does break the planetary. At the same time, though, Spirit, he's stemming in. Does stem in. The Hydras are exposed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the Hydras go. God. The Hydras, they melt so quickly. Yeah, without support, the Hydras are so vulnerable. They might not be light units like in StarCraft 2, but again, they're still like more of a supportive unit. They need those Zerglings. Snipes here on the lurkers. And Spirit holds. Spirit, he holds. And on the one hand, he did lose his E-base, right? 2-2 was denied. 2-2 is going to be heavily delayed. Was able to deny and shut down some of the production. Ghost Academy did survive. Spirit has momentum. He has a lot of momentum here. Takes down the lurkers. Spirit pushing forward. And Yakov, he is in trouble here. Again, he was all in and he did damage. Not enough. Did not kill. Did not kill Spirit. And now Spirit is going to snowball out of control. We have 3 lurkers. 3 lurkers with this. Except for Yakov, eh? He's holding on. Catches out 2 ghosts. 2 ghosts go down. And he has to counterattack. And if he can break this expansion, we can look to even things up. Like, Spirit has a massive economy right now. But the base is all on its own. Yakov, where are we headed? Where are we going? What's the plan? Going straight for the third. I like this. He's going straight for the third base. He can break this expansion and then fall back and then break the other. Same time, snipes going up. Yelling Hydra pushing on forward, getting on top of the production. Yeah, nice engage here from Yakov. At the same time, he's heading back at home. The 2 lurkers, they're holding on. The 2 lurkers, I mean, he holds on back at home, pushes further in. And Yakov, he's here to end the game. GG gets called, he busts into the main base. And Yakov, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. A very, very clutch game 1 here. Again, Yakov, he was so all in. the entire game, starting with the Ling all in, with the Ling Flood, with the Ling Hydra all in, then with the Drop Lords into the main base, with the Lurker timing, like very aggressive, very committed. And again, if Yakov had waited any longer, Spirit would have secured himself, would have had a defensive army as well, and would have just outscaled. Like, the longer the game went on, the better it was for Spirit. Yakov had to go then and there. And again, I do like the decision to just ignore the 4th. He ignored the planetary, ignored the base. He went straight for the 3rd and then further into the main as well. Like, he was very committed, broke the defenses, broke the production. GG. And he barely had enough at home to defend as well. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Yakov does take the first game, and now we are jumping into game numero 2. Let's go. It's been a while since we've loaded into this map. We're going to be loading into Oceanborn. Oh boy, I believe it's Oceanborn. No, sorry, not the other one. Not Oceanborn. Abyssal Reef, that's it. It's been a while. Has been a while. We're going under the sea. Here we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the blue Zurich player leading the series 1-0. And we'll see if he can claim the series here and now. It is, he's 12 pulling, by the way. It is YoungYakov. Going for the 12 pool and spawning in the bottom right hand corner. We have the Polish Terran player. We have the red Terran representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. And again, the 12 pool is upon us. Now the question becomes, are we crazy enough to like 12 pool drone pool? Otherwise, we should be expanding behind this and claiming a base. We'll keep an eye on Yakov here. Meanwhile, it is not uncommon to go CC first, and that's what's happening. You can see Spirit, he's banking up resources. Command center first out of Spirit, which means late racks, late initial unit, also no scout. Spirit, if you watch him, if you've heard of him, if you know him, you know that one thing and one thing only, regardless of the mode, regardless of StarCraft 2, regardless of StarCraft Evolution, Spirit, he likes cutting corners, he likes being greedy. So CC first into a delayed racks, no scout. He has no idea, and here comes the 12 pool. Now Yakov, he's not drone pulling, he's not all in, he's expanding behind this, but this is still going to be quite aggressive and quite committed, and we'll see what he can get done. The other benefit of a 12 pool in ZVT is that there is no wall. The reason for this is back in Brood War, the depot could not lower. So the wall is going to be open. There is going to be an opening here into the main, so these Zerglings, they can delay the CC, they can also disrupt the production as well. Ooh, as the SCV scout is now moving in, the Lings, they avoid the SCV scouts. Oh, he gets spotted. He now knows. Yeah, Spirit, he's aware. Back at home, going for a 3 racks follow-up. The Lings are here to delay the CC, and can he force a cancel? Yeah, CC is going to be denied. And it's going to be close. The Marine only just began. I was saying that we could try to go straight into the main, but the boys are being pulled. And can he snipe the base? Oh my god. SCV does get on it. Progression continues. Boys have arrived. And with these extra Zerglings here, yeah, YoungYakov, he will win this fight. Oh, I say that. The Marine has arrived. The Marine goes down. Yeah, the Marine gets surrounded. SCV barely goes out, but the CC completes. Whew, okay. Spirit, he holds. Spirit, he gets what he wanted. He does actually complete the command center. No cancel. If this base was canceled, that would have been game. That would have been game then and there. But it does finish. It can now lift. Now we have more Marines, and the game continues. Oh boy. I was very clutch, very close. Oh, gets one more SCV. Oh, gets 2 more SCVs. Okay, now it's more worth it here. I was about to say that Spirit would be in a good position, but now suddenly that was 6 SCV kills, 1 Marine for 10 Lings. Looking at the worker count, YoungYakov, he has a slight worker advantage, slight worker lead by 4. And behind this Spirit, his own follow-up is going to be delayed. Now, when it comes to his build, this is going to be a 3-rack stim timing. We're going to be working towards the Academy into stim, as he does attempt to hunt down the Overlord. But this is going to be delayed. And even lifting this racks is brutal, but he can afford to do so. The reason for this, because he lost so many SCVs, it means he has less minerals, which means he can't even afford a 3 racks production. Academy's on the way for stim. Overlord is going to be hunted down, and he will get the kill. Nice pickup. Now he can go back to producing. Behind this, safety Bailey nest out of Yakov. Now Yakov, he was able to scout earlier, and he did see the 3 racks, so he knows what's coming. He is fully aware of the 3 rack stim timing, and he's going for the main defense. Link speed is on the way. Yakov, he's joining, he's saturating. Spirit does move out. Trying to catch another Overlord. Trying to, and it looks like he will. There we go, Overlord goes down. Does float away. Yakov is getting ready for the defense. Link speed is done in 10 seconds, and he should be okay. Now, I don't see Spirit pushing onto... He gets another Overlord. I don't see him pushing onto Creep, though. He's overextending. Link speed is done. Comes with the surround. Yeah, it comes in with the surround. Stutter stepping is not good enough, and Spirit, he overextends. He should not have been on creep, and with that, he will lose everything. Now he's vulnerable. Bunker has begun. 2 bunkers even. Throws down 2 bunkers, massing up the fire bats, massing up the medics. Again, if only he had waited a little bit longer, if he had sniped the Overlord, then tried to race back home, he could have supported here with medics and fire bats. Yeah, he can hold. There's no breaking this. There's no breaking 3 fire bats. Not like this. Spirit, he makes his stand. Baneling's gonna be on the way. Now, how many Banelings to kill a fire bat? That's the real question. As the problem here, these Banelings could break through, but now we have bunkers. Right now we have 2 bunkers behind this. We have a full wall as well. Yakov is all in. He's not droning. Yakov is not droning up. He's going for a bust. He busts down the first depot wall. Nice kiting. Very nice kiting. And yeah, Yakov, he's shut down. He's completely shut down. He cannot break through these bunkers. Morling being rolling in. He's down to 3 Banelings. Oof. I mean, good positioning there. He does detonate to attack all 3 buildings at once. That was very intentional play there from YoungYakov. Oh no! The depot! Oh my god. Barely saved. Yeah, very intentional movements, but despite that, he does not break through. And now YoungYakov backs off. He's droning, taking up into roaches. A lot. that is the correct answer. How many Banelings to kill a 5 at? Too many. Too many. True, true. And with that spirit, he does hold on. Getting into U238 shells. I remember. Siege mode is on the way. Building up into Biotank, 3rd CC in production. And Spirit, he does have momentum. Now this time when it comes to this move out, it's not just Marine. Now he has 3 medics. Now he has, was it 5 fire bats? He's ready. Like, he can hold his own, he can deny a creep, he can potentially even threaten the 3rd. Roach production has begun, but this is not enough Link Bane. Depending on some of the connections. Does him in. Yeah, he sims forward. Roaches are trickling in. We have Spine Crawlers as well. Okay, he has enough to hold on. Oh, and Spirit, he has to get the hell out of here. he's pushing in. He's crazy. Yeah, does move in. Bailey's rolling forward. Yeah, nice connections. Nice connections here with the Bailings. The fire bats, they go down. The Roach is in position as well. And Yakov holds. Yakov, he does hold on. Again, once we saw these Spine Crawlers, that would have been the time to leave. But Spirit, he just went in. He just went for it. So we have a bit of a back and forth. Oh. I love that siege mode sound. It's so good. The sound of like the hydraulics engaging and like the air escaping. Yo, that's peak childhood right there. This god. Jesus. It just hits different. Now, you know to respect those tanks. From here, just saturating the 3rd. 3rd base getting saturated. Likewise, Hive now rushing into Hive. Okay. Yeah, my attention. We do see Yakov rushing into Hive Tech. No Evo chambers yet, by the way. But based on the Hydrogen, I imagine we're rushing into Lurker Tech. That would make the most sense in my mind. If we had Evo chambers and plus on melee, then we could talk about Ultra Tech. As we just canceled the Lurker Den. Okay, Lurker Den further back. Okay, we're protecting the Lurker Den. Further back in the main. Hive is now complete, or is almost done. And we're building up towards Lurkers. As we are walling up. Of course, welcome to Abyssal Reef. This map was very prevalent in the previous map pool when it comes to how fortified these bases can be. Referring to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it is very easy to set up on 5 bases and to secure yourself and just turtle up. So I do favor Spirit when it comes to expanding and establishing his bases, but he is once again being active. And you could make an argument that he's been maybe a little bit too cavalier with his pushes. The first 2 move outs that he did overextend. Now, the difference this time being, this time he has tanks, and this time the Lurkers aren't ready, right? He is striking before the Lurker tech is complete. Laying around by at the same time. Rocks being knocked down. Spirit moving in. That's a lot of Link Bane. Yeah, tank leads a siege. And with that, yeah, Spirit, he has to kite back. Takes out all the Banelings. Nice blitz, nice red. Takes out the Banelings, but now we have Roaches to clean up. And once again, Yakov, he will shut down the push for the 3rd time. Yo, Spirit, we need to calm down and just turtle up. We need to calm down. Just turtle. I mean, now he will because he's forced to, but now he doesn't have that army lead that he otherwise would have. So Spirit, he has lost map control. Spirit, he is vulnerable. Yakov, the Hive is done. Lurkers are now morphing in, and Lurker upgrades are on the way. So this is going to be a tough hold. This is going to be a tough hold here for Spirit. Again, he's just been too excited today, or this game. Just too excited. Keeps moving in prematurely. As from here, he's just stuck at home. He's just stuck at home. He's building up, turtling up, making 3 tanks at a time. He's going to be very tank heavy. I wouldn't be opposed to, at this stage of the game, throwing down 2 more factories, stopping bioproduction, and switching into vultures. Going to tank vulture with spider mines and just switching into mech. Like, bio tank does have its place in the mid game, but I feel like we've kind of that era has come and gone at this point. And I'm not too sure that if it scales too well in the late game of ZVT. But I mean, we have all these racks, so I may as well make use of them, I guess. At least for the time being. Like, waiting for extra factories here, it's not too viable. We gotta spend our money, we gotta max out. Yakov is already there. He's already there. Lurkers morphing in. Now, I believe there are no Vipers. Ooh, no, never mind. 2. There are 2 Vipers here with the main army. They've been gathering energy. And with these Vipers, we can Blinding Cloud. Now, it comes down to the spread here of Spirit. If he clumps up those tanks, then it won't take too many Blinding Clouds to break this. Spirit, he's sieging up. He does have a decent spread. Intentionally so, he's keeping some of these tanks unsieged so he can react and respond to where the army arrives. Here we go. Now loading up. Dropping into the bases. Going for a jump towards the natural. Tank line is looking solid, but no turrets here at the natural base. There's an opening. Yeah, the turrets are too late. The turrets are a little bit too late here. Drop is coming in. Spirit out of position. And here comes a mass unload. Gets into the middle line. Spirit, he's trying to move in. Yeah, nice Blinding Cloud. And the base will fall. It's going to get close. No, it radiates here. Radiate's still not done either. Does go for the yoink. Gets a tank. Oh god, the army pushes into the lurkers. Yeah, brutal trade here. The army's going to be cleaned up, but alas, Spirit, he bled out so much here in this fight. He lost, what, 21 Marines? Oh, and here comes the second army. Coming in from behind. Tanks are exposed. That does go for the irradiate. The army, it's not really clumped up. Yeah, it's not clumped up. Oh god, the Marines pushing into lunkers, Pat. He will clean up. And Spirit holds. He holds, but at a cost of so many tanks. 14 SCV kills. Natural was denied. At least the eBay survived this time. True. But again, that was 8 tanks going down. And Yakov, he has full map control. He can just remax. He can just rebuild, remax, and do that again. Viper survived as well. Base is being denied. And Spirit just doesn't have the supply. Just doesn't have the army here. Okay, just lost so much momentum throughout the course of this game. Radiant and Hydra. Nice splits. Nice spread. Nice spread. Lurkers have the high ground. Bearing in mind there is that mischance, of course. Trying to push into these or into the high ground. Oh, nice target firing there by YoungYakov. For those that are curious how Irradiate works, Irradiate is kind of like Parasitic Bomb, except of course it's for either air or ground units. Does a massive amount of damage here, a massive amount of splash damage, but once the target unit dies, then it runs out. And you saw that YoungYakov, he specifically did kill his own Hydra. Here as well. Yeah, he's killing his own Hydras. He denies the Irradiate. So really nice moves here out of YoungYakov. Has to still respect the tanks. Does pull away. Lurker's going down. He lunges back. He lunges to the high ground. YoungYakov still holding his own. Spirit fighting for his 5th. So fighting for his 6th base. Yakov waiting for those reinforcements. 48 more lings on the way. 7 more lurkers. And you can see here, sure, there are tanks, but there's no support. There's a handful of Marines. Nice to radiate though. Yeah, very nice to radiate. So once again, up. Trying to kill his own units. Trying to. Once again, moving in. The radiates have been solid. The tank line as well. Punishing the army. But there's still not enough here. Does go for that power bomb as well. But the lurkers is running out. Down to what, 3 lurkers? Oh god, the lurkers ain't they were dying. Yo, shout out to the tall grass actually coming into play. Let's go. For those that are curious, if you do attack a unit, and if the unit's on high ground, or if the unit's in tall grass like this, then there's a chance to miss. There's a percentage chance to miss. I think it's like 50%. And Spirit, like half his shots were missing there. Like the lurkers, they were bobbing and weaving, Pappy. It was crazy. They were going for Neo, just dodging shots. That was insane. Yo, shout out to the tall grass. The lurkers, they're agile. True. They are agile units. Likewise, the radiates here on the lurkers. These lurkers should be killed. They should die. I believe your radiate will last the duration of the HP of these lurkers. I believe. Yeah. Like, that's how long a radiate lasts. Jesus. Now lurkers go down. Likewise, the radiate here on the Hydra. Once again, nice target firing by YoungYakov. The snipers on Hydra. Likewise, pushing in. Love the defense matrix. But at the same time, a Ling run by here in the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. 19 SCVs. They eviscerated the bottom left. Gee, we have mass science festival. I mean, Radiant's pretty good. Oh, but again, 22 SCVs, Pappy. Ay. No bunker, no defensive setup. Of course, planetaries do not exist. So 22 SCVs go down. Brutal damage. Yakov once again remaxing, going for another run by. More Nidus Storms here into the bases, pulling away the attention of Spirit. Spirit, amidst all this, what I'm most impressed by is Spirit is maxed. Like Spirit, he was down 40, 50, 60 army supply earlier when he was fighting for his 6th base, but Spirit, he has weathered the storm. He has turtled up. But the Nidus Storms are finishing. Oh, brutal positioning here. Oh, no, the Marines! No, they run in, and oh my god, they just get annihilated. They bunch up too much. The Marines, they go down to the lunkers, and oh god, they get even more. Jesus. At the same time, we saw more lurkers in the main. How many was that? Jesus, that was what? That was 78 Marines. 78 Marines for a handful of lurkers. Lings, they rush in. More mineral lines going down, more bases as well. And YoungYakov, he will overwhelm. Again, Spirit did a great job at maxing out, but he was torn apart. The Night Display just tearing him apart here. Likewise, science forces are stacking. More damage being done. 32 SCVs going down. These lurkers will be cleaned out. Oh, god. It's just so brutal. Trying to push in these lurkers. We don't have to, but we don't have to. It's fine. And Radiant is enough to kill it. The math is there. Oh. And GG gets called. Spirit, he's torn apart, and YoungYakov, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here, congratulations as we do have YoungYakov claiming the series 2-0. Again, a very intense back and forth, and I'll be honest, Spirit, he was looking terrifying in both games. If you missed out on game 1 and game 2, game 1, Spirit, YoungYakov was all in. YoungYakov was all in, and the all in was failing time and time again, to the point where he just wasn't doing enough damage. He was trading with the army, but he was so far behind economically, and then he was able to catch Spirit with his pants down. In game 1, remember, he ignored the fourth base. He ignored the fourth base, he ignored the planetary. He went right down mid, or right down the lane, passed into the third, then straight into the main base, and he went straight for the kill, came with the production, and crippling Spirit then and there. If the game had gone on any longer, Spirit would have won that. Here in game 2, also another all-in out of YoungYakov. Very committed, very aggressive. It did fail. In the end, Spirit did he was in a better position, but we saw Spirit overextending. If you remember, there were 3 distinct moments, 3 fights in the early to mid game where he moved out, he pushed too far into creep, and he lost everything. He would lose army after army after army, to the point where he had to relinquish map control, he had to turtle, and it allowed YoungYakov to drone up to 90. He droned up to 95, I think, towards the end. Like 95 drones, mass bases, and even though Spirit was defending, even though he eventually maxed out, he was maxed out, 1, on a subpar army with mass marine, and also he was never able to apply any pressure because he had no map control because of the early game as well. GG. GG, well played with that. Spirit is going to be knocked out of the tournament, and YoungYakov does advance on into the next round to face off against his next opponent. Oh boy. And once again, let's catch up on our bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Un momento. Here we go. Here we go. As we are getting to our next game, as we're getting to our next series, we catch up on the brackets. Okay, from the top, again, just to reiterate, Bjorn took down top or Kiwian 2-0, Bjorn advancing on to the semifinals. YoungYakov just took down Spirit 2-0 in a very, very intense back and forth matchup. And now we have our upper semifinals. It's going to be YoungYakov versus Bjorn. Now, I just mentioned earlier that Spirit, I would place him as the second strongest Terran player in StarCraft Evolution currently. I would say that Bjorn is number 1. Like Bjorn, he's the most successful, he's the strongest, he has the most accolades to his name, he's been looking like a beast as of late, and it takes the best to bring him down. Like, I'm referring to players like Shin, players like Dark, players like Hero. Those are the players that would be the one to stop Bjorn in his tracks. We'll see if YoungYakov can rise to the challenge, as you don't get better than Bjorn. Not right now. So let's go. So Bjorn and YoungYakov, they're about to be facing off here in a best of 3. Likewise, MaxPax took down Milky Cow, Dark took down Geralt, and we have the lower semifinals thereafter, MaxPax and Dark facing off in a best of 3 as well. And I'm very excited about that series just because MaxPax is his first time competing in StarCraft Evolution. Like, he's not really familiar with this mode. We're not familiar with him in the sense that he just doesn't really play StarCraft Evolution until now. So we'll see how he performs. I mean, already taking down Milky Cow is a big win, a big feat. And we'll see how much bigger his feat can get. So we're getting into game 1. Let's go.